All right, we love. All right, Shabbat Shalom, Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, shalom.
And, before we get started, we'd like to give our praise, honor, glory to his due, to Yahweh,
Bahash,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadas. Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the word ignorantly and incorrectly calls God, Ba'ashem in the name, Yahweh Shai, the true name of the only begotten Son, our Lord and Savior, who the word ignorantly and incorrectly calls Jesus Christ, Ba'ashem in the name, Rachak Wadas, the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who were well and who taught us the truth, and peace, blessing, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. May the blessing of election fall upon you and your household. To you we say Shabbat Shalom, Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, shalom.
And today, this is the branch of the Kentucky Hebrew Israelite Church. Come back at you today with another Shabbat lesson. Shabbat, sit down through a StreamYard. Entitled Woe to the World and Them That Dwell Therein, hashtag prophecy in the news. And, you got a couple articles, 2 or 3 articles. And, we through the spirit, probably about Shimshai, we just going to get into it. And, Lord willing, is edifying. Let me share my screen. Get right into it. All right, this is from CNBC.com, published September 2nd, 2021, the year facing the coming of the day of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shem Yashai. It says, Ford's U.S. sales decline 33% in August as chip shortage devastates auto industry.
Yeah, man. I mean, there you go. All right. This is just one example of many examples about how Babylon the Great, okay, masquerading around under its alias of America, is done, man. It's finished. Okay. All right. The Most High is placed in place, as we're going to be getting in the precepts that we bring out. The Most High is plaguing this place, and it is not going to come back. It is not going to get any better. Ford U.S. sales declined 33%. That's tremendous.
Yep.
In August, okay, due to this chip shortage. Now, I don't remember where these chips are being made. I want to say, I can't remember where these chips are being made. I want to say Taiwan. It's someplace where, I forget which country it is that is the main manufacturer or supplier of the world for these chips.
I believe it's Taiwan.
What you say?
I believe it's Taiwan, and that's why the
U.S. And what's China doing, man? China's getting ready to go take Taiwan, man. Yeah. China's getting ready to go and take. They're about to take their shit. As a matter of fact, when Babylon did what they did over there in Afghanistan and pulled out all raw, which I believe through the spirit, most likely that's all set up. That's all on purpose. But when they pulled out the way they did, let's just take it at face value. They pulled out the way they did, all sloppy and nasty and everything. They didn't pull out right, and everything's been, quote unquote chaotic over there since, right? Moab, which are the modern day Chinese, they told Taiwan, don't expect America to get your back,
right.
Don't expect America to get our back in the event of what, in the event that we come over there and we whoop your ass and we basically want to swallow you back up. We're gonna reassimilate you. We're gonna reabsorb you. You're gonna become a part of the motherland again. Okay. Mm-hmm. And don't expect America to get you back. Don't expect America to do anything about it. And the war simulations, now, we can get into the war a little bit too, but the war simulations for World War III, okay, for World War III. Well, we don't say specifically for World War III, but for the U.S. fighting a war against Moab over in that South China Sea. All the simulations show Babylon getting its ass handed to it.
Yep.
Babylon loses bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, U.S. Ford sales declined 33%, man. That's tremendous. How many? Hey, and this is one thing, just one thing. Okay, small example on a very large scale, out of a very large number of examples, I should say, right? How many jobs are getting lost because of that? Okay, how many lives are getting impacted? Okay, how many mortgages are going into bankruptcy? How many people are just going into bankruptcy outright? Not bankruptcy, I meant to say foreclosure. How many people are going into bankruptcy outright? Okay, how is this impacting the economy? And this is Ford. Ford is one of the major automakers here. Okay, and it's a major company here, right? So,
Yep.
man, as we get into it, these are the plagues, man. This is one of the plagues. Okay, and it's many plagues, many ways that the Most High is plaguing this place, man. So go ahead, bro.
Yep. And that spiritual that is declining 33% because that's 1/3. And I believe Taiwan is the main is one of the main chip producers, and that's why the U.S. is really having their back. And I believe that's another reason why they almost went to war. Shot those nuclear missiles at China back in 1958. But yeah, this is going back into the
I remember
article.
that. Yeah, but
Do what?
no, you good, bro. You got it.
Okay. It says again, Ford's U.S. sales declined 33% in August as chip shortage devastates auto industry. It says key points. Ford's August sales of its new vehicles declined by 33.1% from a year earlier in the U.S. due to an ongoing global shortage of semiconductor chips. It says the Detroit automaker sales capped off this small month of U.S. auto sales, which plummeted to an adjusted selling rate of 13.09 million vehicles. And it says that's the worst pace since June 2020 and down from this year's peak of 18.5 million in April. So it says U.S. sales of Ford Motors new vehicles last month declined by 33.1 from a year earlier due to an ongoing global shortage of semiconductor chips that's wreaking havoc on the automotive industry, the company said Thursday.
That's wreaking havoc on the automotive. In other words, the whole automotive industry. Okay.
Yep.
Now let me ask you a question. So, did you really think that there would be a semiconductor shortage, a chip shortage, and it would only affect Ford? Ford's the only automaker that's going to see a 33%, a massive, what did they say, devastating the U.S. auto industry. Only Ford's going to be affected. The other auto industries, they got a good supply of semiconductor chips. No, man, this is affecting the whole auto industry.
Yep.
Okay, and the auto industry is not the only industry that uses these chips. Okay, every industry that uses these chips is getting impacted by this, and that's not to mention the supply chain short. That's not to mention the supply chain issues. Okay, you got the largest shipping ports, the second largest, the third largest shipping ports, multiple major shipping ports being shut down. Okay, the ones that are open are backlogged. I'm hearing backlogs of up to a year. In other words, you got freight. What do you call them? Freight ships or whatever you call them. Those ships that carry the freight. I can't think of the cargo, right? The cargo ships. There, you got cargo ships waiting to get in and unload their goods and their wares, and they're on a they're waitlisted for months, and in some cases, I've heard years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're just waiting to get in. How long are we gonna be waiting? A few days? No. A few weeks? No. A month? Oh man, like 6 months, 8 months.
Right.
You know. See, this is what we're dealing with, man. Because this whole place is done, and Babylon, this whole world is done because of the wickedness of this world, man. But Babylon is going to get it the worst. Okay.
Yep.
You know. So go ahead, bro. Let's keep going. But keep in mind, this is just an example, a microcosm of what's going on a larger scale. Okay, a global scale. Okay. Yep. Worst of all, here in Babylon. Go ahead, bro.
It says, analysis expected the August selling pace to be between 13.1 million and 14.4 million vehicles, with JD Power and LMC Automotive forecasting overall sales to decline by 13.7% compared with August 2020. The sales pace for any given month measures how many cars the industry would sell. It says August is historically one of the higher auto sales months of the year, but the chip shortage has caused vehicle inventory levels to plummet to record lows, and pricing of new cars and trucks to skyrocket.
Has caused what? Caused it to do what?
Has caused vehicle inventory levels to plummet to record lows.
To plummet to record lows. Yeah, yep. That's another thing I've been hearing. I've been hearing about these vehicles, like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of vehicles that are just left in a state of partial assembly because they don't have the equipment that they need to finish it. Most commonly, they're waiting on these semiconductor chips, and so you got these partially finished new vehicles that are just sitting there waiting for parts. But don't worry, that was August. September's going to be better, right? Everything's going to be all good. Semiconductors are going to roll in. The shipping ports are all going to clear up. Even though you got backlogs for months, everything's going to get much better in the month of September. No, man. Hey, the thing. Hey, these are the beginning of sorrows. The scripture tells us. This is just getting started. This is just getting started. You got it out.
It says the origin of the shortage dates to earlier last year when the Crown 19 caused rolling shutdowns of vehicle assembly plants. As the facilities closed, the wafer and chip suppliers diverted the parts to other sectors such as consumer electronics, which weren't expected to be as hurt by stay-at-home orders.
Hey, look up that script. Suddenly show the full storehouses. You know what script we're talking about. Get that real quick. See, that's the whole point. This is prophecy in the news. Okay, multiple prophecies too. All right, as we get through these other two articles we got.
I think this is what I was thinking about, really.
Oh, okay. But okay, did you already have it pulled?
No.
Okay.
You know, when I was asking earlier about yeah. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Yeah, read it one more time, Baba Kushah.
2nd Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
Yeah, Baba Kushah. Suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. What's sown a metaphor for? Everything's finished. Everything's running smoothly. Everything's working like clockwork. It's a well-oiled machine. Everything's just flowing and flowing and flowing. Everything's looking and going like it should. It's a sown place. Suddenly shall the sown places do what?
Appear unsown.
Appear unsown. All of a sudden, nothing's going right. Things aren't working the way they're supposed to be. Okay? What's wrong? I don't understand. What's the problem? Why can't we make this happen? Why can't we get this done? Things ain't working the way that. What do you mean? Inventory shortages. What do you mean shipping delays? Come on now. I mean, this has never happened before. You see, suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. Continue, Baba Kusha.
It says the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, man. Hey, used to have a whole plethora. I mean, hundreds of thousands of brand new shiny cars. Now it caused the new car inventory to what? Plummet.
Yep.
Okay, and the price of those that are able to finish, the ones that they can't finish, what's happening to the price? Skyrocketed. Supply and demand, right? Okay, the supply's gone. The supply has plummeted. All right, the demand hasn't plummeted. Well, the demand may have dropped a little bit too. All right, because people feeling that pinch, but the demand hasn't dropped like the supply, so therefore the prices skyrocket.
Yep.
Okay, all right, because of the shortage, man.
Yep.
They suddenly show the full warehouses appear empty, and that's not just apply. It doesn't say suddenly show the full auto warehouses. It says the warehouses, point blank, period. Period, man. Okay, warehouses, period. And you got people sending in pictures. The guy Full Spectrum Survival, he highlights this a lot, but he's not the only one. And you should be seeing it. Okay, you can't get everything the way that you used to be able to get it before. Oh, right now most people can still get most things that they used to get, but some of the things you used to get on a regular basis, you go and it's like, okay, well, shoot, they didn't have it this week. Maybe next week they'll have it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they still didn't have. Okay, all right. Oh, okay, good. It was down for 2 weeks, but now they got it. I go back again, and good. I got it this week. I go back again the next week. It's out again, and then maybe something else that wasn't out before is out. Okay, maybe some people a lot of people are sending pictures where whole shelves are empty. Whole shelves are empty, man. Whole aisles are empty. Okay,
Yep.
These warehouses are starting to be bare. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. These are just but the beginning of sorrows. You got it.
Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is gone. Now. Now I can.
Slack it, bro. I'm getting a call coming in.
You good?
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, read that script again, bro. I was getting a call. Hopefully I don't do a second one.
Con. Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
Right, that's it, bro. Hey, there's no healing this place. It is not going to get better. It is not temporary. Now they're going to say it's temporary, but they mean temporary in a permanent fashion.
Right.
It's permanently temporary.
Right.
All right. There is no healing in Babylon, man. This is the beginning. We at the end. This is the beginning of sorrows. We are at the end. This place will not be healed. The Most High is bringing this place down to its knees,
Yep.
and then he's going to destroy this place, man. There is no recovery from Babylon. You got it, Doc.
All right, going into the next article. This was published September 3rd, 2021. It says GM, General Motors, if it'll move out the way. It's like, yeah. See if I can. It says GM General Motors shutting down production at most of its plants in North America. And there's a little clip. I ain't gonna get the clip unless the brother wants me to.
Yeah, I don't know what's in it, bro. So I didn't preview the clip.
I was watching. I was watching some of it. I just wanted to get what what it was going into.
I mean, it's up to you, bro.
So I'm gonna play it and pause it and just get title, because it says the title of it. Might have to go through a commercial. Yeah.
If I put it in a nutshell to you, the biggest.
See, what it says is, it says global foundries boost capacity, $6 billion to be spent over 2 years, $4 billion to be invested in Singapore, $1 billion each in U.S. and German plants. And it says global foundries to build second New York chip factory. And that's what I wanted to get, that they're planning on building a second New York chip factory, man.
A second what? I couldn't hear that, bro.
A second New York chip factory. Yeah, there was I guess Global Foundries is like I don't know who they are, but it says that the CEO, it says Global Foundries CEO on demand for semiconductors, and it says they're going to build a second New York chip factory. That's all I want to get at.
Yeah, their plans are in vain. Let's go ahead and get to the article.
Right. All right. It says General Motors will shut production at most of its North American plants for a week or two starting next week as the worsening chip shortage takes another bite out of its plans.
There you go, man. There you go. And so they said they're going to do what now?
General Motors will shut production at most of its North American plants for a week or two starting next week as the worsening chip shortage takes another bite out of its plans. You there? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you wanted me to. I thought you, huh?
You're gonna get some more on it, right?
Oh, I thought you told me to read it again. I thought you wanted to.
Oh no, I just didn't hear you the first time. That's all.
All right, it says GM and other automakers had hoped the chip shortage would be mostly behind them by now, but the surge in COVID crown cases, especially in Southeast Asia, where many of the chip manufacturers are based, has actually created a worsening problem for automakers.
Right. So, what type of sense does it make for them to say that this is going to be for a week or two? Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. You can't have any confidence in that. But what type of sense does it make for them to say a week or two? When the things that caused it are still there. Is it expected? Is the cause for this shutdown temporary shutdown? Is it going to be gone in a week or two? No. Is there any indication that it's going to be getting better in a week or two? No. Is there any indication that it will still be here in a week or two? Yes. Is there any indication that it will be probably even worse in a week or two? Yes. So why are you saying it's just going to be a week or two shutdown? The only reason I can think of is you're just softening the blow. You know, okay, it's only gonna be a week or two. You know, it sucks, but a week or two we'll get through it. It'll be over in a week or two.
Yep.
We'll see. Okay, bro.
Con, and if you noticed It said, but the surge in crown cases, especially in Southeast Asia, which would be around Taiwan and them, it said where many of the chip manufacturers are based. So that's where the majority of the chip production is being manufactured, and then the chips probably get sent to America and around the world. And it says that because they ain't because the chip manufacturers in Southeast Asia are slowing down, it's worsening the problem for automakers, which it could also, if it's chips, then there's a lot of stuff like cell phones, computers, and so on, electronics that use chips for their products. And if this continues to worsen, then it's not just going to be the automakers that it's affecting. It's going to also be the other electronics as well. And in that thing, they said that they are trying to, they're going to build a second New York chip factory, which they already got. So they already got one in New York, so they're going to try to get another one, and they could start to make more chips. And by chips, you know what I mean, over in America and over here and over there and around over in the main chip manufacturers over in Southeast Asia. But I went to this little site. I ain't gonna get into it. It says Delta variant is ravaging the world, but it's pushing Southeast Asia to a breaking point. And and again, Taiwan is, I believe, over in that Southeast Asia. Is like in that Southeast Asia area.
Woe to the world, and then they dwell therein. That's the world in an oikoumene sense, man. These plagues are being sent upon the whole world.
Yep.
And it's only just the beginning.
That's it. It says only a small handful of GM's plants will remain in operation during the pause. Those plants make full-size SUVs and pickups, as well as some of its sports cars, such as the Camaro and Corvette. That's because GM is prioritizing the chips it does have on hand for its most popular and profitable vehicles. So the chips that they do have, they're prioritizing, in their most popular cars like Camaro, the Corvette, SUVs, so they can get as much profit out of the chips. That they only have so many amount of chips, they're going to put in their most expensive cars, their most popular, instead of putting them in their least popular, so they can make money off the chips that they do have for now. It says still some of its large pickup and SUV production capacity will be affected by the shutdowns. It says the tight chip supply has led to limited inventories of new vehicles at GM and across the industry, which in turn has pushed car prices to record highs.
Sounds exactly like we heard in the first article. Go ahead.
Yep. Just about all. Now listen, it says just about all major automakers have limited production plans as a method to deal with the shortages.
Yeah,
so
there's no way that these other industries aren't affected already, man. Like cell phones and computers and tablets and all other kinds of equipment, man. Hey, in this modern day and age, man, all kinds of things, semiconductor chips, all kinds of things that are being affected. The more widespread it is in use, the more it's going to be.
This is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Yeah, for vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Rise. This societal system, this system that has been set up by Esau Edom, the goddamn devil, okay? the so-called white man. All right, no, it's not all about looks, but that's a generality. Most so-called white people, so-called because they're not white, they're different shades of red. Genesis 25 and 25, the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment, because he had no melanin in his skin. His blood showed forth through his skin. He came out looking like what? A so-called white person. Okay, then they're actually not white, they're different shades of red. They're Caucasians. Okay, but some, since you can mix genetics can be mixed. People go around talking about I'm half this and I'm half that. No, genetically you're half this and half that. But as far as what you truly are, the blood that's flowing through your vein, that's 100% what your father is. And that determines who or what you are. What you look like has nothing to do with who you are as a nation, what family you're in.
Yep.
Okay? You can have a family of dark chocolate Israelites, and one baby will be born as an albino, looking completely different. Are they not in that family because they look different? Are they only half in the family because they look different? No, they're 100% part of that family, although they look different.
Yep.
Okay, the genes cause them to look different. So you have a person that looks half black and half white. They're 100% what their father is. Genetically, they're mixed. Bloodline, there is no bloodlines cannot be mixed, man. Bloodlines are always pure, and it's always passed down through the father. Okay, so this damn devil, and I bring that out to the point that I'm making is that some people who look like so-called white people are actually not of that nation. They're actually not Edomites. Okay, they just look like it. And then you have some that look like they're of other nations, such as African or Israelite or Asian, and they're actually Edomites. Okay, because you can mix genetics, but generally speaking, so-called white people are Edomites. Generally speaking, so we go with that, but there are exceptions to that. Okay, so this system that the so-called white man has set up, the devil, he is the deceiver, he is the accuser of the brethren, he is the slanderer. He set up this system that really benefits, yeah, man, we enjoy the comforts and all that, but most of all, it benefits women, and it enables women to think they can live without a man. All the while, they're not realizing that they're living with a man. They're living with Esau. They're living with the devil. They're enjoying the benefits of being a woman in Esau's society, which makes them Esau's woman. Women didn't set this society up. Don't keep this society running. It's Esau. There's a man who's doing this. There's a man who's enabling women to live this way and to be careless. Rise up, ye careless women that are at ease. There's a man who's enabling the women to live this way and live this lifestyle, this wicked lifestyle, I might add. And that man is Esau Edom. So you women are not independent. If you was independent, you would all step out. Y'all would all come together, congregate, step out on your own, go find your own plot of land somewhere, and build your own society. Yep. That would be independent. But y'all ain't gonna do that. You're not capable of doing that. You aren't built. You aren't equipped to do that. And if you did try to do it, it would fail. The brothers bring up sometimes an example of where a group of all women engineers, civil engineers, they built a bridge. It was all women. They were engineers. Okay, and they built a bridge, and I think it fell like a week later or something like that. Okay, it crashed down. Okay, that's you women. This is I don't want to get too up, but that's not what you're built for. You're not made for that. Just like if men try to, we want to just do what women do. We want to get pregnant, we want to have babies, and we want to nurse. We're gonna fail. That'd be absurd. It'd be stupid. It'd be dumb. It'd be and we would fail miserably. We're not built for that. We're not made for that. And you women are not made for the things that are for men. Right. Okay. But the point is that you're living in a society and you're taking advantage of it. And as the society comes crashing down, your way of life and your comfort is going to come crashing down. That's the point of Isaiah 32, 9 and 10. And then get that 11 again, bro, and 11 and 12.
It says, verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease.
Slack it. Get the 10 as well, Bubba. Sure.
Isaiah 32 and 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering.
For the vintage shall fail. For the vintage shall fail. Bro, can you look up that word for vintage? And what you're hearing us bring out in these articles is the vintage failing. Okay? All right. Okay, these warehouses appearing empty. Okay, suddenly showed the full warehouses appear empty. The sown places appear unsown. The gathering shall not come. Okay, the vintage shall fail. Okay, the grinding shall cease. Okay, these are all metaphors for this economy coming crashing down. Not winding down, not being diminished, but it's settling out at a new lower place that we can still, all right, maybe take a haircut, but we can still make ends meet. I can still keep being, my own woman, which I already explained. A woman is never her own woman. Never. You independent women are not independent. You're the devil's women. You have a man over you, and his name is Esau Edom. That's your husband. Okay? And even when you get a husband under Esau's system, okay, you got to go get Esau's permission to get that husband. Okay?
Yep.
You're still Esau's woman. You're still Esau's woman. That's the reason why he can come in and tell you tell your husband what he can and can't do in regard to how he deal with you. All right? And Esau Edom can be all up in your business. That's why Esau's like, now look, I'm going to give you this husband. And if he don't do things right like you think he should do, and if you don't like it, and if he did it, you call me, okay? You call me, and I'll step in because you're his woman. You're not that husband. You're Esau's woman. Go ahead, bro. What's that word for ventures? And if he don't and if he don't treat you the way if he don't make you happy, you come to me, and I'll give you an easy I will call it a no fault, but we really know it was his fault. We'll call you an easy no fault divorce, no problem. See that you're Esau's woman. There is no such thing as an independent woman. Right. No, go ahead, Al.
All it really says is it says the grape crop. Really.
Yeah. We don't need to get. I've already brought it out. Does it have a root word?
Yeah, I was looking at it. It said grape gatherers, walled up, defensed, fortified, cut off. Right.
Okay. So grape gathering, which goes into gathering of goods, man. Gathering of goods. The venture shall fail. In other words, your ability to just go out and just live life as you're accustomed to, get whatever you want on demand, get your nails, get your wig, get your lace front, get your new shoe, all these things. Go out and just eat whenever you want, get groceries whenever you want, get yourself a new car. I'm tired of this car. Didn't you just buy it just last year? Yeah, I want that. All these things, man. You can go over to Isaiah chapter 3 and read about that as well. Getting into the Most High goes in, jumps in with both feet, 2 feet, and stomps on you women, you wicked Israelite women, in Isaiah chapter 3. Okay? That's going into your ability to just get whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. It's going to fail. It's failing. Block it. It is now. This is now. Okay, this prophecy is being fulfilled right now, and we're giving you a couple of examples about that, highlighting the auto industry. But it's a lot of different industries. Well, what about the industries that don't use semiconductors? They're all right? No. No. Okay, this is just one small microcosm. Okay, of what's going on a macro scale, which micro, small, macro, large.
Yep.
What about that? Finish the verse though. The vintage shall fail, and I think it says the gathering shall not come.
It says the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Yes. See? Okay, now we're not here to get on you women, but we're here to show you that this part of the prophecy, because this part of the prophecy is really going to hit you women the hardest, but it's also impacting the whole world.
Yep.
Okay, but it's hitting you women the hardest. That's the reason why the Most High is highlighting it here through the prophet Isaiah. Go ahead, I'll keep going.
Isaiah, you want to get the rest of it?
Is that the only part we needed?
Yeah.
We don't need to get, okay, well then, yeah, that's it then.
All right, Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and
the keepers of the house, those that are tending to the economy, that have to do with keeping the economy flowing and working the way that it's supposed to, keeping everything, not everything that has to do with maintaining this Western style of life, this Western standard of living. The keepers of the house. Go ahead, Ak.
It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
Yeah.
And those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Yeah, those that look out of the windows, those that are looking forward and saying, okay, well, we expect quarterly profits in the next quarter, or in the next 2 quarters, or in the next year to be up 5.4%.
Yep.
Everything's looking good. What's the word I'm looking for? We project. That's the word I'm looking for. We project as they look out the window. They look out into the future and say, we project that things are going to continue to grow at a nice, healthy, handsome rate. Profits are going to continue to rise. The economy's looking good. The economy's looking strong. We expect things to continue to go well for the economy here in Babylon. But what's going to happen when they look out the window? Read that again.
It says, and those that look out out of the windows be darkened. Yeah,
it's dark, man. Yeah, they look out the window, it looks dark. Okay, and that darkness goes into, it ain't looking good, and it goes into uncertainty. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. See, right. And that's what we're seeing here. These are prophecies in the news, man. Okay, you got it, bro.
Verse 4: and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
Sound of the grinding is low. So, hey, temporarily, 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, 4, 33% reduction. 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, right. Okay, 4, 33% reduction in the sales. Okay, but don't worry, that's not gonna. It's gonna be back to normal. Matter of fact, we're gonna make what we normally make next month, and we're gonna make 33% on top of that. So we're gonna recoup. No, man.
Right.
Okay. No. Ford is gonna keep taking those massive losses in sales. They ain't gonna shut no plants down. They ain't gonna. They ain't gonna. Do no layoffs. No, man. Hey, read that last verse again, bro. The one you just read.
It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
The doors shall be shut in the streets. Close down that factory. Shutting down. How many plants you shutting down?
Right.
Go ahead. When the sound of go ahead. You got it.
It says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we're seeing in these articles here, man. So expect more to come. These are just the beginning of sorrows. You got it.
On the next article, the last article from CNN.com, published September 3rd. It says European countries reimpose bans on U.S. tourists.
Why? Why are they reimposing bans on U.S. tourists? Why? Well, the article is going to tell you why. And then when the article tells you why, that's going to raise new questions. Go ahead.
It says the prospect of European travel for Americans has begun to diminish once more as countries adopt new measures in response to a recent surge in U.S. crown cases.
A recent surge in U.S. crown cases? Whoa! Yep. And if it's gotten to the point, we ain't talking about, well, number one, the word surge. Now, sometimes the media will use words when they really shouldn't use. Not really a surge. They use them. But this here, you've been hearing about rising cases for a long time now, right? Months now, right? And if it's really a surge, then that means it's not a little bit of a rise, it's a substantial rise, right? And if it's a substantial rise, then what do you think they're going to do over here? What did we do the first time cases rose? Lockdown? Huh? Well, from what I'm telling, from what I'm hearing, from what I can understand, as far as I can tell, the cases and the numbers are a lot worse than they were back then. So back then, they already put the lockdown in effect. You know, if they was to do things the way they did it the first time, the lockdown would already be in effect. But and cases are continuing to rise, but we ain't gonna have a lockdown this time.
Right.
Go ahead, Doc.
It says earlier this week, the European Union announced it was dropping the United States from its safe list, advising its 27 member states to reconsider allowing entry to non-essential U.S. travelers. It says many prime tourist destinations that welcome back much-needed visitors from the U.S. earlier this year have so far chosen to ignore the non-binding EU advice. Italy, the Netherlands, and Sweden have become the first to impose new rules.
Yeah, much needed. Showing you, man, that that again, these plagues are coming upon the whole world, man.
Yep.
Okay, this whole world is being brought to its knees, man, and we're gonna get that in the next precept. Go ahead, bro.
It says beginning on September 4th, which was yesterday, the Netherlands says the United States will be designated a high-risk area, joining Israel, Kosovo, Lebanon, Montenegro, and North Macedonia as fresh additions to this list. It says while travelers from these and other high-risk countries will be allowed entry if fully vaccinated, they must still quarantine for 10 days.
Yeah, showing you that Beetlejuice is bullshit.
Yep.
Which you should already know that.
Right.
You know, but this is just helping you to see that.
Yep. And as of September 6th, they must also produce a negative crown test. So they saying if you want to enter into the Netherlands, you have to be fully vaccinated, quarantine 10 days, and show proof of a negative crown test. Which I thought if I was fully Beetlejuice still, I could do anything I wanted without no effect.
You get your life back.
Right.
You can get your life back. You can get back to normal.
Maybe after the 20th booster shot. It says Sweden, which had previously exempted U.S. travelers from a ban on almost all non-EU arrivals, has also removed the country from its approved list alongside Israel and so on and so forth. It said the country said in a press release the measure would apply to all non-essential arrivals, whether Beetlejuiced or unbeetlejuiced, although those with Swedish residence permits who can produce recent negative tests could be exempted. It says Italy, which was one of the first European countries to open its borders earlier this year, has also introduced new measures affecting arrivals from all destinations, including the U.S. And you also have Italy. They're talking about getting all their citizens, Vanessa. Soon, which
is that the yeah, okay, because I know one of the countries is getting ready to, and I think isn't that the country in the clip that the brother Bakwa or Moth I said clip I just sent you. I don't know if you checked it out, but I think it was Italy.
I didn't check.
No. It was France. It was Paris. It was Paris where they was putting the smackdown on this Edomite lady over there because she tried to go up in the mall. She tried to go up in the mall and get her shop on. She just wanted to go up in the mall and get her shop on without the Beetlejuice passport.
Right.
You know, and about it was probably about a dozen cops that swarmed on this one Edomite woman, this one she devil.
Mm.
How many cops does it take to deal with one woman?
Right.
Armed with shopping bags.
Right.
She's armed with shopping bags, and they had about a dozen cops up on her. Half of them was kind of like keeping the perimeter, and the other half of them, like 5 or 6 of them, were manhandling this one woman. You know?
Yep.
That's how serious this thing is, man. That's how serious this thing is. But this is all going to blow over. It's all going to go away.
Oh yeah,
you know?
for sure.
You know? Yeah, tomorrow, it'll all be back to normal. You'll wake up and this will be a bad dream.
Right. Yeah, it says those travelers who are not vaccinated or have proof of recovering from crown must quarantine for 5 days on arrival and take a swab test, according to Italy's Ministry of Health. It's unclear yet whether other European countries, many of whom have been banking on an influx of U.S. visitor dollars to help provide their pandemic-battered tourist economies, will also revive rules. It says the crown cases have been rising sharply in the United States throughout July and September, with the disease's Delta variant blamed for many new cases.
Yeah. Hey, man, they are not going to let this thing go, man. This here is the shoehorn that they have to fit the New World Order in, man. The NWO, right? And somebody was saying, and I forget which high-ranking Edomite and which beast system country it was, but he was like, look, we've just got to accept that this is just the way it is. We just got to accept the New World Order.
Yep. I remember saying
it's like you know how, like, when you watching some movie, man, where, you know, like reptilians have taken over the earth or something like that, and they're going around masquerading as regular human people, right? And, you know, sometimes in movies that have that similar premise, you know, they'll be pretending to be real people. They look like they're regular people, right? But it's really like a reptilian or an alien or whatever. And like every now and then they'll have a glitch in their disguise, in their cloaking device, and all of a sudden, just for a brief second, you'll see like the reptilian eyes, and then it'll go back to normal.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like all of a sudden they had a little glitch. They kind of like a little slip up that exposed who they were for a brief moment. That's what that was like when the guy said that. He's like, look, you've got to understand that this is just the way it is. This is how it's going to be from now on going forward. This is just normal. We just got to accept that. We've got to accept the New World Order.
Right. Yep.
That's what it was. It's reptilian. Now, and I'm making fun of it. Not really reptilians, man. That's all bullshit, right? But his reptilian eyes showed for a quick second. You know, and the thing is that people could be staring right at him and see the skies drop for a quick second and then come right back up, and they'll be like, I could have sworn that I just saw you. You know, it just looked like you was a snake.
Right.
I could have sworn. That's really funny. Oh well, and then just go on. You know, they just go on. I must have been seeing things. What's wrong with my glasses?
Right.
Man, I need to get some more sleep.
Right.
They just go right on. That's what people do. You just heard them tell you accept the New World Order.
Yep.
Okay. They'll be like, okay.
Right.
Hey, man, which just goes to show you that these people are through, man. These people are done. You know? All right. And talking about the people of our nation, you so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, you Israelites, okay? The Bible calls you brute beasts. Those of you who won't return back to your power, those of you who won't repent, the Bible calls you brute beasts, and it says that you're made to be taken, made to be taken, made to be taken, made to be destroyed. See? And that's what you are. And if that's true for Israelites, how much more for you heathen, man? Okay?
So,
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. We get enough on that. Let's go ahead and get, because I don't have a lot of time.
yeah, I planned on getting
that
second.
15.
Yep. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 1. Behold, thou.
Behold, look,
yep.
Listen, pay attention. Go ahead.
It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, man. Prophecy in the news. Go ahead.
And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Yeah, bringing it out of the book. Okay, the little book, the roll,
yep.
scroll. Go ahead.
Fear not the imagination against thee.
Yeah, we not to give a damn. Go ahead.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. That speak
you're scoffing, your funny looks, your angry looks. Okay, your unbelief. Go ahead.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah, you're going to die in your unfaithfulness. Go ahead.
Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
Who's speaking? Behold, saith who?
The Lord.
Yahweh, right? And what's he going to do? What's he going to do?
I will bring plagues upon the world.
He's going to bring plagues upon the what?
Upon the world.
The whole world, man. Go ahead.
The sword, famine, death, and destruction.
The sword, man. That's whew. Hey, what if he just said the sword? That would be fearful and dreadful enough. But he didn't stop there. The sword. Famine. What if he just said famine? That'd be fearful and dreadful enough. He said the sword and famine. And then did he stop there? No. What if he just said death? What if he just said death? Drop the sword, drop the famine, just death. That'd be dreadful and fearful enough. But he is the Most High we dealing with, man. The King of Terrors.
Yep.
Okay? He said the sword, famine, and death. Elsewhere, it might even be coming up here. He says great death. Go ahead, after you got it.
It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Yeah, this is the reason why. This is the reason why. Wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Sounds kind of like what he was saying about the time before the flood. You go back and read why the Most High, got so pissed off and so angry that he flooded the world and destroyed the world. Sounds something like that.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
And their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Yeah, that's right. You filled up the measure of your iniquity. You filled up the measure of your wickedness. You filled it up. That's it. That's it. Okay, you gone as far as I'm going to allow you to go. You gone as far as I need you to go to get me to the point that I'm gonna unleash this wrath on you.
Yep.
I'm gonna pour out wrath on you without mixture, full strength. Go ahead.
Verse 7, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me.
That's the elect. Go ahead.
And the souls of the just complain continually.
Yeah, and that is what we're doing. You can read 2 Peter chapter 2, verses 1 through 10 or 11, man. Yep. 2 Peter 2 and 7 is the point, though. Lot being vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Yep. Okay, vex his righteous soul from day to day. Go ahead.
And therefore say the Lord, I will avenge them. I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
Right, because our blood has been shed here in Babylon and around the world, but especially here in Babylon, which is drunk with the blood of the saints, man. All right, and we've been oppressed here, only and continually pressed, man.
Yep.
All right, with a continual stroke. Go ahead.
Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
The land of Egypt. Spiritual Egypt. Spiritual Sodom. Babylon the Great masquerading as America.
Yep. Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before.
Okay, now wait a minute. Can anybody tell me how this prophecy? See, the Most High said He's going to bring them out of Egypt, one place, Egypt, one place. He's specifically focusing on one location, which is he's referring to as Egypt, which, if you have understanding, is spiritual Egypt. So he's going to bring them out of one place. Now they're going to be gathered, but here he's focused on one place, and he's going to do what?
And smite Egypt with plagues as before.
And smite Egypt with plagues as before. Okay, all right. Now, is there anybody who can tell me how this prophecy has already been fulfilled, since the Israelites are already over there in the land, and they have been since 1948? How did this get fulfilled? What one land were they gathered from, and predominantly in large numbers?
Right.
And show me the historical record of those plagues, because it can't be nothing. If it's something, this kind of happens from time to time, but it happened over here too, and over there and over there. It has to be something distinctive, and it has to be something that really stands out, because the Most High is saying it here. Otherwise, it's weak, right? So tell me when this happened, because it had to happen, right? Because the people were already over there in the land. They've been there since 1948. The Most High must have did this already. Okay, well, what land was it? And what plagues did He smite it with?
Mm-hmm.
Creak, 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 creak. It ain't happened yet, man. Right. And if it ain't happened yet, then who are those people over there? How did those Israelites get over there? They ain't Israelites.
Right.
Because if they're already over there and it hasn't happened, then how is the Most High going to fulfill the prophecy?
Mm-hmm.
Either it happened already, and that's them, and you can tell me, okay, well, here was the land that was referred to as Egypt. Yeah, some Israelites came from other places, but predominantly this was it. And here was the plagues, man. There was some hella plagues. It was, look, all these plagues, and man, they were intense.
Mm-hmm.
None of that. Showing you they not the people. Okay? They not the people. The Most High hasn't done this yet, but He's about to. Egypt, spiritual Egypt, is America, which is true biblical name is Babylon the Great. Okay. And the true people of the book are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as any who are scattered to the four corners of the earth, east, north, south, west, who their bloodline through their father goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No matter what you look like, because you can mix genetics, like I already talked about, but you can't mix bloodlines. Bloodlines are always pure. Whatever your father is, that's what you are, no matter what you look like.
Yep.
So this hasn't happened yet, man. And people over there right now, they're actually Edomites. And the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Okay, yep. A capital city or a major city. Or it might be, I can't remember if it's capital or port. It might be a port city. Whatever. But it's a city in the land of Israel, man.
Yep.
Okay? Meaning that heathens, man. As a matter of fact, the chief heathens, the Edomites, and even the chief Edomites, okay, Amalek, are over there masquerading as us. And man, I'm so sick of seeing Jake with his ass out, man. I'm so sick of seeing Jake with his ass out. That is so effeminate. And in fact, I don't want to get this flag, but that is so effeminate to be going around with your ass out. Straight up, man. I don't want to get this flag, man, but it's effeminate. Why would a grown man go around with his ass out? You know what I'm saying? His ass, his pants are down underneath his ass, and his underwear is showing. What are you advertising? What are you saying? Hey, look, my ass is available. I hate that shit, man. Okay, our people are definitely destroyed. The curses of Deuteronomy 28 are on us, man. Like stink on shit, because that is bullshit and it stinks. I hate that shit, man. Well, I gotta go around and look at I gotta see his underwear with his ass out. I hate that shit, man. Go ahead.
And smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations.
Egypt shall be healed.
Egypt shall mourn,
Egypt shall come together and overcome.
Egypt shall mourn,
Egypt shall mourn. You got it.
and the foundation of it
The
shall be.
foundation. Wait a minute. Foundation. That's like important. That's like the thing you lay down so that you can build everything. What's gonna happen to the foundation?
And the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
Ooh, man, go ahead. Hey, I had to do like Rodney Dangerfield. Y'all might not remember Rodney. They'd be like, grab the collar and give your neck some room because it's getting tight. Most high, most high, man. Go ahead.
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting in hell and with a fearful constellation.
Hey, most high ain't gonna leave anything, man. Hey, where you think that King David got that from? Bro, get that Psalms, I think it's 139 real quick. Let's pull that up. Let's read that. I think it's the end. It's either Psalms 139 or 137. I think it's 139. It's at the end where King David's going in about how he hates, because King David was a hater. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Where King David get this from? Didn't Yahweh B'Shem Shai, didn't the Lord say that King David was a man after his own heart? Okay. Let me see. Is that it?
Yep.
Let me see here. Yeah, that's it. Verses 21 and 22. Get that for me, Baba.
Psalm 139:21. Do not I hate them, O Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, put some stank on that. Do not I hate them. Oh Yahweh B'Shem Shai, that hate thee. Am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? Hey, and that's what these people, that's what the wicked of our nation do. Okay, let alone the heathen. Don't even talk about the heathen. Hey, that's Psalm 83. That's Psalm 2. Why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? You stupid. You think you're going to be able to accomplish anything against Yahweh B'Shem Shai? King David goes on to say this in verse 22. I hate them with perfect, meaning complete hatred. I count them mine enemies. And that's everybody who hates Yahweh B'Shem Shai, whether they Israelites by bloodline or not. Yep. Everybody. And here he's really talking about Israelites here. He's really talking about Israelites here. But okay, but the heathens get that too. Okay, I hate them with, especially the wicked, the Edomites. I hate them with perfect hatred, complete. There is no way that they can be hated that is left undone. Every manner and every degree in every area and aspect of hatred that I can have, I have it for them. And not only that, I have it to the max. Where did he get that from? He got that from the Most High, man. Now keep that in mind, and let's go back to 2nd Ezra and pick up where we left off. 15 and
2nd Ezra 15 and 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting in hell and with a fearful consolation.
Right, because the Most High is gonna smite this bitch, this whore that rides upon the beast in each and every way. He's not gonna leave anything. Well, I already absolutely devastated and destroyed, Babylon and all these other areas. There's no point in destroying it and devastating in this area. It's no point. No, he's going to destroy and devastate this whore in each and every area and each and every way to the max. Remember where King David, Malak Dawadah, got that perfect hatred from, man. Go ahead.
Verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction drop nigh.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, all except the elect, man. Everybody else is about to get it. Okay, I mean, get it. Either death, okay, great death, suffering, misery, pain on a high level. Okay, and ultimately, if you happen to survive through all that, slavery. Go ahead. Hard portion. Go ahead.
Verse 15, for the sword and the destruction drop nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and
Yeah, you see
invading
it. We went over this in the prophecy in the news at camp yesterday, man. But the examples of this sedition among men and uproars of the people is everywhere, all around the world, including here in Babylon, and coming in a larger and larger way. Go ahead, up.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes,
They ain't gonna give a damn about no politicians. Go ahead.
and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Yeah, might makes right. Right is might. Might is right. Whatever they got the power to do, whatever they can do,
Yep.
whatever they have in their power to do, and if they can get away with it, they're gonna do it. Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 17, Second Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Hey, that's going to be true on all levels. Going from city like Lexington, Kentucky to Louisville, Kentucky, city to city. Going to be true on the next level. Going from the city of Kentucky, because a city, when you really understand what that word means, it means a population of people. So going from the city of Kentucky to the city of Tennessee, the city of Boston, not Boston, Massachusetts, rather, to the city of New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey. So in other words, from state to state, those states are cities. Okay.
Yep.
Also, going from the city of Babylon, aka America, to the city of Europe or Italy.
Yep.
Which that's already fulfilled. Okay, and
Yep.
and the state to state has been fulfilled as well. There was roadblocks and all that and stuff. I remember last year going. I forget. I think it was Connecticut to New York or New Jersey or whatever. But some of those states up there had roadblocks. You couldn't get in, man. You couldn't go from this state to that state, this city to that city. You got it up.
Second is 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Mm-hmm.
The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the houses shall be destroyed, the city shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Man, why? Because of their pride. It told you right there.
Yep.
That was verse 18.
Yep.
Let's wrap it up with Malachi 4:1, Baba Kusha, and then we'll wrap it up.
Come on.
Okay, because that's all a drum roll. Drum roll, please. That's all the drum roll, man. All that you just heard, all that great suffering and misery and pain and death and famine and sword and death. That's all the drum roll. Well, what's the? We're getting ready to read it right now.
Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
That's it. Go ahead.
And all the proud, yea, and all that
all
do
the proud.
wickedly,
Didn't we just read that? Shall be destroyed because of their pride. The cities. Go ahead. All the proud.
yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Yeah, that's it. And that's talking root nor branch. Is talking about Esau, Edom, right? Okay. All right. But all that are joined unto them, man, can get it with them.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, through the spirit and power, how about Shemel Shah? That's it. I'm out of time. All right. So you got anything else out?
Nope.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We're gonna give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Double honor to the apostle of the great millstone. Much peace, love, respect to the brothers teaching, pushing the truth out the four corners of the earth. Out of one, Radazad, this Shabbat lesson was edifying and encouraging to you, Akim, and any Akwat that may be listening and or watching. Ayashma Yakwana Azanyim Lashima Shema. Let him who has ears to hear, hear. Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yashala.
Baba Kusha, Abad Baba Aitha.
Baba Kusha, Baba Bata.
Wakal Adawam.
Kardawam.
All right. Shalom Lahabakarium. All right. You got it.
Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.